It's me, Pool YT. When thinking of the best Deltarune characters, usually Tenna comes to mind for me. I don't know why. He just seemed like a pretty funny guy. Just look at this little sucker. I think you get an understanding of what this guy is after that crazy dance we just saw in the green room. So, why do I think he is like one of the best characters, one of the best bosses? Well, we'll explain the best character part first. There's a number of reasons why I could say this. His personality, his old TV show personality is pretty cool in my opinion. And, well, he kind of has like, just wants to be heard, which I think is kind of sounds like how I feel sometimes, and I always want to be heard. We don't make this a heartfelt relationship. Huge spoiler warning for anyone that hasn't played Chapter 3 yet. But, skip, I don't know, click off the video, I don't care. This man teams up with the Roaring Knight. Now, no hate to him, like, teaming up with the Roaring Knight must be like an honor or something, I don't really know. But, like, did you not see the things like Chapter 4? Like, this man is evil Knievel. Did I just say evil Knievel? But he wants to kill Zero and Chris. I think. Chris. I don't really know. I haven't played this thing, and it's like, this game is still like so long. Except I was doing like Snow Hero, but that's the point. The thing is that this man killed the Roaring Knight and kind of screwed him up in the end because another huge spoiler warning. But he kind of died by the Roaring Knight. He's betrayed. Not really, because he was trying to be nice and stuff. It doesn't really work out. He loses his arms, I think. We can try to find an image, but it might be a bit graphic, so I may not show it. Alright, it's time to talk about some boss design. So, boss for Tenna's fight, it has really fun. Like, so in Chapter 3 there's these mini games where like you have to jump over fire and give food to the customers and stuff, or do a whole rock band show, or be in a Cowboy West in one part, and like, yeah, and this boss implements that very well, and I really like it. I think he used an attack for one of the bosses. Like, I don't know, it's called Sun and Moon, or I can't remember, but it's really fun, and it makes it really fun because it's super different from the rest of the bosses in the game. Even ones in Chapter 4, like the Chapter 4 spoiler, the Roaring Knight boss. Not saying that the Roaring Knight boss fight is bad. None of them are. The one in Chapter 3 and Chapter 4, none of them are bad. I in fact love those bosses. One of them has like two of my favorite boss uses in the entire game, or two of them do, whatever. I don't care. And yeah, but they just felt like such an like an actual regular boss, which sounds weird because every boss is a boss, but like it's like, remember that one jack-o'-lantern boss in like Chapter 4? That's what it. That's what Tenna felt like, or that's what the jack-o'-lantern felt like. The Tenna boss. Tenna was so different. Like, here's a clip about the show. Now, that was just a short snippet of what that boss is. There's much more to that boss than just playing mini games. There is still like the regular boss stuff, you know, and doing all the acting and all the sparing, all the blah 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 blah. But we don't really care about that. We only care about the fun parts, like the mini games. But it's still a very good boss fight, I would say. And I was pretty what's it called? Challenged by that fight. So that boss is pretty tough in my opinion still. I still can't beat it sometimes. Even though I could be like spam to Neo in like a few seconds. But that's besides the point. But we need to talk about something else. There's this other fight earlier in the chapter with him. Like it's a few, let's say like an hour before whatever that happened, and like if you're actually in the gameplay. But this is not really supposed to be. It is a fight, but it doesn't really count in my opinion. And I don't think even it's a fight. Yeah, as I said, but the fight is about him, capturing the main characters in these like gotcha balls. I'm gonna show an image in like right here, and it's not much of a fight. It's more of a find the thing and get the hell out. All in all, chapter 3 was probably one of my favorite chapters. Chapter 2 still holds that opinion, which I'll probably make a video on later on in life. But chapter 3 is very, very special to me. It was the chapter I've been waiting for a very long time. And I've seen YouTube shorts about it. I didn't get spoiled about it, luckily. Luckily. And it was something new. Something that no other chapter did. Not even chapter 4 did. Nothing that chapter 2 did either. It was just so different from the others with boss design. Sometimes the whole aesthetic was so different. Most of the other chapters had like this real serious castle design, but this was just a TV show. This was Spin the Wheel, or what's it called? I don't know. I can't remember. I just ran this up. I'm not gonna stop the recording. I really don't damn anymore. But chapter 3, this is final boss Tenna, is probably the best fight in the game of all time. Just for its amazing sound design, which I would be playing right now, but I like Cyber's World better. I'll put all the music descriptions in the description, by the way. Whatever. Music names. But music, amazing sound design, amazing visual effects. Tenna's a character being in Delta is crazy to me. Because that character looks so good in the game. Looks perfect. It looks like it looks goofy, it looks like a meme, but it fits perfectly. And his whole character arc of learning to just being himself or something, I don't really remember. I didn't put research in this video. I just looked at images, see what I can find. But his boss design with all the mini games and stuff, using other attacks from other enemies that we fought in that chapter, and you losing your Cuphead odd gun finger or handgun or whatever to kill him was such a cool idea in the end. This in the final fight made, and even though some people, I hope no one hated it, but some people hated it, I hope they understand that it may not just be for them. I don't know. It just may not be for them. And I hope they enjoy like the fight afterwards, the Roaring Knight fight, which was very good. I could not beat it still. I still haven't beat Jevil in the Roaring Knight. Maybe I'll like live stream that or something someday. But that's about it for this whole video. This is one of my craziest I've ever made because I've actually edited the video, which I don't do a lot. I don't think I've ever actually done except for YouTube Shorts. Maybe like a old video. Wink, wink, I think. But that's about it. I hope you all enjoyed this video that took a very long time to make. Respect to my friend. I'm not gonna say his name, but he made the courage to for me to make this video. Respect for him. I hope his videos do well when he figures out how to record it. And well, that's all for me today. Peace out, folks. And now, subscribe.